Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's a weekly reading for November 4th to the 10th. Taurus, this week for you we have the Don't Dim to Fit In Oracle card. We have the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment energy, and the Tower. So yeah, they're not subtle energies at all here, Taurus. You know, Judgment and the Tower, what a combo. This is like huge awakening, huge changes. Something needs to come to an end, complete, fall down, that is no longer serving your highest purpose. It's not a fit for you anymore, and I really feel that relates to the Oracle card here, Don't Dim to Fit In. Start to think about what situation. I think you'll know what this is because, yeah, this has been unfolding for a little while, and it's quite significant energy. But is there a situation that you have been dimming yourself in some way to fit in, trying to make it fit, even though you know deep down it's not serving your highest purpose? Well, that's all coming to a head this week, and you're really being asked to allow that to fall, because yeah, it's just not a fit for you. So I'm just going to kick off by reading out your Oracle card here, Taurus. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you're part of the universe, so expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away. They are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. Yeah, so some of you might be trying to fit in with somebody who you know deep down isn't a good fit for you, and ultimately, through doing that, you're cutting yourself short, you're selling yourself short, and you are dimming your light. We need to work on our energy and expand and keep on evolving and reaching new frequencies and new vibrational levels. And when we're trying to stay in something that's not a fit for us, something that's smaller than us, that we really stop that process and we hold ourselves back. So recent past, yeah, by the way, guys, you got half your spread, Major Arcana, and very powerful cards, so this is significant. I feel like you already know about it, because in the recent past here we have the Eight of Wands and Judgment. So I think there's been a wake-up call for a certain amount of you. It can be an internal wake-up call in the terms of a revelation or epiphany. But for many of you, I think this wake-up call has come through a message received externally. It may not have been a direct message addressed to you. It could be something that you've seen on social media that tipped you off to the true nature of a person, or, the true situation. I think you've been able to see something for what it is. Now, the Eight of Wands also talks about divine guidance, as does the Judgment card. So this is the universe and the Tower as well. So the universe is really stepping in to expose the situation to you, to show you that it's not in your for your highest good, so that then you can actually allow this to come down and not carry on with it. So we have a divinely guided message or a synchronicity that lined up for you to be able to see that situation, to overhear that thing, to see that post on social media, to intercept that text message, whatever it is. And that has given you the wake-up call. That has been the judgment call for a lot of you. You've now sort of heard spirit, and from that position you can then make the decision that's right for you. Because this situation or this person, relationship, whatever it is, general reading, guys, so it's hard to say, has kept you small, has kept you confined, contracted. And when we're confined and contracted, we can't expand like the universe. We can't expand spiritually. We can't evolve intellectually, mentally, emotionally. So we need to free ourselves. This process that you're going through, even though it may be intense, it may be a little bit chaotic, Taurus, this is a process of setting yourself free. And, I feel like after you had this revelation or this truth came to light, you received this message, that you probably, like these people here that are naked and offering themselves to the heavens, it's likely that you feel quite vulnerable, especially if a situation as you know it or as you knew it wasn't quite that all along. I think you might be seeing even A wolf in sheep's clothing may have been revealed, and there could be a big feeling of vulnerability. Also, if a situation that you thought was going to be a forever thing, or a career progression, or become a committed relationship, or maybe it is a committed relationship, yeah, it's falling down, and you're thinking, gosh, well, I thought I was going to be in this for a long time. What now? What now? But, this judgment card also does talk about, the last call for second chances. Is there anything in this situation to salvage, or is it just best to let it fall? That's your decision. It can be the card of forgiveness as well. So there might be somebody you need to forgive in order to move forward. That doesn't necessarily mean staying in the situation, but it just means if somebody has done wrong by you, to, forgive them, to love them anyway, and then release them. And that's how we can move forward without holding the energetic charge of that situation. So focus energies this week, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Tower. So yeah, for me, yeah, definitely feeling a bit, heart rate going up here. I feel like this Tower for some of you could be a chaotic one, and I say that because of that Knight of Swords energy. So the Knight of Swords energy, you can see him there. He's ready for the battle. Sword poised, charging forward. The Knight of Swords can also talk about, hasty communication, cutting words, and that kind of thing. So if possible, Taurus, if you need to have a conversation with somebody to bring this Tower down, we need to make sure that we do it from the calmest place we can. Try not to, trigger that other person, because they could flare up, they could become argumentative, or it may be you as well. So my piece of advice in these situations is to approach the conversation from a purely factual place and leave emotions out of it. So, i.e., if it's a relationship, I'm choosing to walk away from it because of X, Y, Z, which is the practical things of how it's not aligned with you anymore, how it's not serving your highest purpose, rather than, oh, you made me feel this way, I feel that way, and just getting that emotional charge back. So, the Tower, it is the dissolving of a situation, guys. It's a situation crumbling down because it was built on a shaky foundation, because you had to either dim yourself to fit into it, or maybe that dimming yourself is that you had to be inauthentic to yourself, or you had to be someone else to remain in that situation. You might have had to park some of your own values and live by somebody else's. In some way, you couldn't be your whole self. It's not sustainable, Taurus, so it must come down. The Tower, as ominous as it looks, is a blessing in disguise. It is divinely guided, as are these other two cards here. So the universe is stepping in to help you out, because you're meant to be on a different life path. You're meant to be on a path that, is a much higher frequency for you, and it's time for you to get back on that path. So we need to let this Tower fall down. Now, with that judgment, I mentioned that there can be the choice of a second chance, of forgiveness. With the Tower energy, it's very important not to rebuild the same Tower, because if we do that, we find ourselves 1 month, 6 months, 1 year down the track with our Tower falling again, and we've wasted that time and energy. So if there's something to be salvaged from this situation, we must try and rebuild it from a totally different place. So if it's a relationship, that can mean going off and getting counseling so that you can clear some of those triggers and really respond to each other in an entirely different way. It might mean not living together for a period of time, so that you actually change the nature of the relationship back into a dating situation or something like that. Yeah, it's really a totally different energy. But yeah, so be calm if you need to open up that conversation. For some of you, it won't be, like a charged or heated conversation or a chaotic situation. It could just be that full awakening or revolution, that revelation internally that, wow, I really need to make some big changes in my life. Like, this is not heading in the right direction for me. Either way, Taurus, you will be heading in the right direction very, very soon. Because look at these cards here. Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. If we look at them next to that Tower card, how dark and ominous this is. These are full of, linked to the sun energy with that bright yellow colour. This is forward movement in a positive direction. The Chariot is victory as well. So there is a victory to be had, a personal feat, stepping into your power. through allowing this situation to complete an end. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is about laying down the preparatory framework for your next chapter. It is about taking the efficient, methodical steps to plant new seeds that will, grow into a beautiful harvest in your next season. So this could be, okay, once this rubble clears, you're thinking about, what do I want now? And starting to make the plans and put the plans in progress in order to achieve what you really, really, truly desire. So the Knight of Pentacles, guys, is one of the slowest moving cards in the tarot deck, as is the Pentacles suit. So this is all about laying the groundwork now for reaping further down the track, right? So yeah, this is a planning phase. This Knight's been out here working these fields, planting these seeds, because he knows in time he's going to receive those pentacles. He holds the Ace of Pentacles. He holds the promise of the harvest. And the Chariot, yes, that card of victory. You are heading in a victorious direction. Yes, there might be a bit of upheaval and a bit of a battle to go through, but this is what's on offer if we can allow that to complete. So the Chariot also talks about being fully aligned and sure of yourself to charge forward. So you can see here he has this heavy stone chariot, has no reins, only a magician's wands, and it's drawn by two sphinxes, black and the white, each angled slightly, in a different direction. This talks about the opposition in our mind that can, run away with us. It can hit us in different directions. It's the indecision, it's the misalignment. So it's really good to try and reach a place of internal clarity, to be very sure in your decision making before actually propelling forward, bringing those forces in line, using your intention like the magician does when he wills things into the material world, is the key for moving forward. Now the Chariot energy could also mean that some of you might be making a physical move, moving homes, moving towns, moving jobs, relocating somewhere, taking a trip home as part of this process, even moving globally, because we have the Eight of Wands here. There's sort of air travel that could be occurring. But either way, it's a victorious ending to the situation and a victorious new beginning as well. Moving forward in a direction that has more promise and hope, has hope of stability. Yeah, solidity and stability. I mean, if the Tower is anything but stable, it was a false sense of stability. But here with this Knight of Pentacles, what's on offer is real worldly material stability. So Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. Wish you all the best with it this week. Keep in mind it is a general reading. You won't all be going through tower moments this week, but some of you will. And for those that are, good luck with that. Feel free to leave me a comment if you'd like to share how it's unfolding for you this week, and I'll be back here next week for another reading with you.